Anyway, I got a Q&A video over here. Why? I'm bored. That's literally it. I asked if anybody in there can ask me 3 random questions. Why am I doing this? I need content. Anyway, so I asked on my Ace Combat Memes Facebook page, I asked on my Discord server, and I asked on Xbox Live my 3 best friends. Yeah, because I'm bored. That's why I asked even the Xbox people. So anyway, moving on. Let's start off with the Facebook crowd. Alright, guys. Now, I'm going to try to pronounce first names only unless I can somehow manage to get their last name right because I don't want to keep butchering everybody's name. So, let's start off over here with Javier. What's your favorite Ace Combat game from each console generation? PlayStation 1, 2, Xbox, PS3, etc. Well, for PlayStation 1, Air Combat by a long shot. I just love the paint schemes. I love being able to buy your own wingman. That was it. I mean, it's a classic. That's the reason why I loved it. For the PS2 days, it would have to be Ace Combat 5 because of dramatic storytelling, 3 wingmen, great amount of content, and I just like the music. So, 4 good positives from Ace Combat 5 I loved. Moving on to the next generation, Ace Combat 6, by far my favorite game of all time right now. I'm still playing it over Ace Combat 7. Like every day I'm on this game. Ace Combat 6, if it can still manage to keep me hooked just on gameplay alone, you know it's doing something right. So there you go. And there's no real next generation because then it's just Ace Combat 6 and there's literally nothing in that generation but Ace Combat 7. Did I just say 6 earlier? I'm sorry. There's only Ace Combat 7 in the next generation, so nothing can compete with it. So it's completely useless trying to say that one. What franchise related to planes would you like to see turned into an Ace Combat-ish game by Project Aces? It would have to be Hawks. I liked Hawks 1. I heard Hawks 2 was not really a good game. So I want to see, what P8 can do with the assistance off mode that Hawks offers. I thought it could be pretty interesting. Now, are you a cat scrub or a dog master race? Dog. There's literally a dog in Ace Combat 5 you can talk to. This one is from Andreas, or Andreas. GTA San Andreas. Anyway, what's the reason Nemo create? Sorry, my bad, I read that wrong. I know what you meant to say. What's the reason Nemo was created? Well, Nemo is a war AI, meaning an aircraft AI that was meant to win wars. That's literally it. Just made to win wars. How does the self-foraging bomb SFFS bomb work? Simple. You just need to fly above a target, release the SFFS. This SFFS will end up dropping out tiny little dispersal bombs, like bomblets, you could say. Tiny little bombs, right? Well, when I say tiny, I just mean small. They'll pretty much go over a wide area and then carpet bomb a place for you. And so that's how the SFFS works. Oh my god, I'm about to murder my own tongue saying this over and over. But yes, you need to fly above your targets first. So, did you watch Gurley Air Force? I've never even heard of this. So the next question. This one comes from Brett Morin. I only got one question. You got any ideas for Ace Combat? Like things you would like to see in future games, things they got right, they got just right in the past games, just your ideas for the perfect Ace Combat game? Well, it's simple for me. Take Ace Combat 6's gameplay, their wingmen, their AI. Good, keep that all. All you gotta do is just take either Ace Combat 5's dramatic storytelling and characterization, or take Ace Combat Zero's storytelling and atmosphere. All you have to do is just combine one or the other with Ace Combat 6's gameplay mechanics. That's all. Perfect Ace Combat game in my opinion. And now we move on to Jack Harrier. What would make Ace Combat 6 more replayable for you? Simple. More levels, more planes, and 3 additional wingmen. So now you have 4 wingmen, including you. Garuda team having a squadron of 5? That is freaking sick. I would love that. I already love Shamrock. I would cream my pants if I had 3 more people to work with. Why did you play and beat Ace of Aces Mission 9 in Ace Combat 6 with the Rosgreaves F-117A? Depression. If you could cross over to the Ace Combat universe with another games, which would you like to do so? Minecraft. Why? Because I just love playing Minecraft and I love Ace Combat. I really want to see what the hell could happen. Imagine a Stonehenge cannon, but in Minecraft form. Like, do you see how long that barrel is? That's how long my barrel will end up becoming. The next one is from Ankadelo. What is your favorite allied squadron other than the protagonist squadron in any Ace Combat game? Now that's a tough one because there's almost no memorable ones. The only one I can really say is Windhover Squadron from Ace Combat 6. Why? I just like the name Windhover Squadron. I don't even like the F-16 as they fly. I just like the name Windhover. This one is from Bruce Ganaway. What did you think of the Stonehenge defense level? As in having it used to be on your side now, the Stonehenge cannon. I creamed my pants so much that the walls that I had were blue. They turned white. And then I didn't have a room anymore because I was homeless because I creamed all over my room. The next one is from Joaquin, or Joaquin. I'm so sorry, man. Give my regards to Evil Sis. I'll definitely send her your regards. Do you think that they are taking the series slowly towards the Electrosphere setting? Because it looks like that to me. Have a nice day. Well, you have a nice day too. I completely agree with you because in 7, you're fighting drones that are really, they're super freaking badass, right? And in Electrosphere, you're fighting drones that are super freaking badass. Yep, huge correlation right there. Completely agree with you, man. The next 3 come from Ariarka. So, first off, I really hope AWACS Crimson Hotshot will be joining you again. You two are the most entertaining siblings ever. So, if so, the questions go to her as well, not to the great AWACS Silencer. Thank you for calling me the great AWACS Silencer. But, since when did she become an AWACS? Okay, so from this point on, she's an AWACS. Do you think Tabloid has any relation to Pixie and or the World War... Oh my god, my tongue. And or A World with No Boundaries? He is Belkin, and he is an anarchist who is against nations, aka borders. And he also kind of looks like a younger Pixie to me. Well, that's an interesting observation because, well, they're both pilots. They're both friendly on your side. Well, at least Pixie initially. They're both white. They're both blonde. They're both guys, and they both fly planes. And they're both Belkin. Anyway, so, yeah, I can see that. That, they're kind of related. Or maybe, yeah, there has to be maybe some relation, or it could just be nothing but a coincidence, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were related, so, yeah. What is your reaction the first time you finished Mission 4 of Ace Combat 7? Please show us if you recorded it. I did not record it, I apologize, but, my reaction is, I just didn't like the level overall. I mean, I knew I was going to get blamed for Harling's death. It was literally inside the trailer of Ace Combat 7. And I thought the music was just not that good. The only part of the level I liked was just the initial part where you're flying through the radar net, just like Ace Combat 5's Handful of Hope. But, yeah, I just didn't like it. I did not like this level. Tell me, what do you think of this theory? What if all of the playable characters and their surviving squad mates joined in one massive battle, like Mayhem or Lighthouse, after the events of AC7, Ace Combat 7, and in that battle a drone or a whole swarm manages to learn and save the flying skills of each ace? Then the data will end up in the hands of Simeon Cohen, who will eventually program them into Nemo. This will explain why Nemo is near unstoppable story-wise, despite being an AI that flies drone-like aircraft. Nemo, by the way, if some of you guys have no idea who he is, that's the AI that you are controlling. That's like your protagonist, the person you are controlling in Ace Combat 3, which is different because you yourself you're not a person, but you're an artificial intelligence. So if there was a bunch of combat data from all the surviving protagonists, and all your squad mates that were transferred into Nemo, that would make sense as to why the Ace Combat 3 AI is capable of beating the game in many different ways. That's pretty freaking cool. So I think that theory would be really sweet, to be honest. I like that. Good job. I really like it. Oh, wait a second. Note, I know characters like Pixie would be about 52 years old by the time period of Ace Combat 7, but hey, Mihai looks much older than that, and I bet old Solo Inc can pull it off just as well. You know what? Yeah, I could see that happening. I agree. The next one is from David Norton. Have you ever eaten a Boston cream donut and had its load in your mouth? Well, I mean, who hasn't? I mean, when you just eat it, it just flows right into your mouth. Sometimes, if you just squeeze it at the back end, all of the cream just ends up in your mouth. Look, I just love having the load in my mouth. Have you ever slipped on a banana or fall down a staircase? Well, I mean, I never slipped on a banana, but I did fall down a staircase before. I bust my ass down the staircase because I was trying to grab a package from a mailman, so I wanted to be quick about it, but I hit my head on the railing twice, and then I twisted my ankle a little bit. So, was it worth it? Absolutely. Favorite Mass Effect 1, 2, or 3 squad mate? Legion. I just love his robotic voice. And he's a Geth. That just makes him far more interesting by default. This one comes from Matthias Gabriel. What do you think of the Ace Combat 5 and Ace Combat 4 references in Ace Combat 7? To be honest, initially I was kind of tired of it. There was so much fan service in there that was just driving me insane. But over time, it's kind of growing on me. So initially I didn't like it, but afterwards I'm like, yeah, this is cool. Whatever. And now, the last one. This one comes from Corey Melton. Can you post video proof of your successful F-117A run on Ace of Aces Mission 9? Yes, here you go. Here's a small clip, and here's a link to the video. Link is in the description, by the way, if anybody else wants to watch it. Alright, now that we're done with that, let's move on to Discord. Alright then, over here, let's see. Let's start off with Kurumi the Meme. I hope I pronounced that correctly. This is also the admin of the Ace Combat Memes V2 page on Facebook. So, what's your favorite meme template? Oh, the boardroom discussion meme template by default. That's just my favorite. Take a look. These are all my different variations. Granted, there's not really much going on, but I just like working with it. I think it's fun. What kind of memes do you hate? I really did not like the to be continued memes. I forgot what the actual name of the meme template is called, but it's where something bad's about to happen, right? And then it just freeze frames and then plays the guitar music from. I mean, I forgot what the hell it was. It was a famous thing, but I really don't like it. I think it's a very cheap ass meme that can be used on anything, and it's just I don't find it funny. I find it way too easy to be used in too many situations. I don't know, I'm just not impressed with it. What do you think of Ace Combat Memes V2? Well, it's a great meme page to have. I mean, me, I'm a strict-ass person on my own page. And to see that you run yours with, a very relaxed way of, running it, it's fantastic. Me being a strict, dictatorship on my own page versus you being, somebody who's being wholesome, showing all sorts of memes. Now, I will say that there's a lot of memes in there I really don't like. It doesn't mean the page is bad. It's just that I don't like the content on the page. But, I mean, it is what it is. I'm just glad that there's another Ace Combat memes. So, I'm happy to see this, to be honest. Keep running your page, man. Making me happy. Next one's from American Boot. Look at this dry, bony looking ass. Anyway, so question 1. Is Ricardo Milos hot? How can you not fall in love with a man like that? So yes, he's definitely hot. So how often does your sister hijack the page? Very rarely. She's like a health inspector. Maybe every now and then she'll show up. But no, she barely hijacks the page, but every time she does, everyone just worships her, like immediately. Like she's some sort of god, despite me being the goddamn admin. Question 3. Are you a joke? Jesus Christ. Yes, that's a yes. I'm definitely a joke. How can you contend against a Roblox character? Anyway, let's move on to Star Fox Hero SJ. So, what is your favorite aircraft that has not appeared in Ace Combat? Well, I mean, most of the aircraft I like already are in Ace Combat, but for propeller-wise, I'd say it would be the P-51 Mustang. Just a classic. Which Ace Combat characters do you and your sister think of yourselves as? Answer for yourself and each other. Well, I do know my sister sees herself as Brownie, because she dies a lot whenever we're playing co-op. She did ask for help, too. I'm in critical damn! I mean, just like Brownie, so makes sense. For me, I see myself as Chopper only because, well, he's a comedy relief, and I literally run a damn meme page, which is all about comedy in Ace Combat. Comedy. Have you ever read any aviation novels such as Flight of the Old Dog or Flight of the Intruder? I'll be honest, I don't even like reading, to be honest. Well, I really said honest like 2 or 3 times right now. Yeah, I have not. The last time I've ever read a book was back in 8th grade, and that was called Fallen Angels. It was a good book. I liked it. But yeah, definitely have not read any aviation books. Alright, let's move on to Chevy Camaro. Sorry, my bad. I mean Camargo. Chevy Camargo. What's the best way to destroy Aigaon, Kodos, and Gyges? Simple. Use the Ruckles or the Fayabs, maybe the Adems. That's all you need to use. What would you do if Wake Up on Stranger Universe? Shit, I'd probably wake up, and knowing the Ace Combat universe, I might be hired into the Air Force. Hired into the Air Force, yeah, that sounds logical. Thrown into the Air Force, get told to lead a squadron, and then die. Yeah, so I'm just gonna die. That's pretty much it. What aircraft and special armament setup makes you rage the most within the whole franchise? And he's talking about multiplayer, by the way, so without a doubt, I don't care what plane you're using, but if you're using the QAAM or the EML, go fuck yourself. That's it. Moving on. And here we see a Wax Happy Face. Question 1. Who's the best waifu? Mihai's machine in the back of his aircraft. I bet that thing has some Boston cream donuts in there. Question 2. Is Ace Combat 3 hell? Well, considering there's a level where you're literally supposed to neutralize, I think you're supposed to neutralize, a giant-ass nanobot swarms. Yeah, that sounds pretty freaking crazy, knowing that if you go near, the nanobots will go into your aircraft and kill you. That's freaking scary. That is hell. Question 3. QAM opinion. It's okay for single player because it's really good for one-on-ones, but it's not great for mass destruction. But in multiplayer, where you will take any advantage you can get to just shit on people, the QAM lacks a lot of skill to use. So yeah, I think that's one of the most unbalanced weapons to use in multiplayer. Heading up towards Katana's questions. Question 1. How would you fix your least favorite squadron? My least favorite is the Barkalak squadron. Why? Terrible voice acting and terrible combat AI, which is super cheap and frustrating to fight against. So how would you fix this? Hire better voice actors with better writing, and all you have to do is just make sure whenever they're doing all of these BS maneuvers, make it look a little bit more, believable. Not where they're just flying straight and then they go about like 10,000 miles per hour, just doing barrel rolls, cobras, all sorts of crazy shit without any type of momentum change that would be believable. So yeah, just smoother animations for that, and make sure whenever they're doing all these maneuvers, don't let it just instantly cause all of your tracking missiles to lose homing. That is so damn frustrating and stupid. Stop, Falcon or Adler? Adler because it's big. How many LSWMs should you shoot at Soleimani to kill him? Hold on, let me check how many LSWMs the Fenrir can hold in joint assault. Huh. 4 it is. And now this next person. Sorry, I cannot read this name, so let me click on this. Lady White. Alright, Lady White, let us go. Question 1. What is your happiest memory around Ace Combat? It would have to be Ace Combat 6, where you're fighting after WMD, Weapons of Mass Destruction, where you're running from all the enemies to get back to home base, but they surround you. So you're trying to fight for your life, and then all of a sudden, most of your friends just show up to save the day. It's a beautiful moment. I wish there was more of that, to be honest. When did you start to appreciate the franchise? Ace Combat 4. When I first played it when I was about like 10 years old, fell in love with the series immediately. What's your least favorite fighter jet in-game? The F-1. I did not like this aircraft. It just seems like an even more bootlegged version of the F-4 Phantom, which is already an ugly-ass plane to begin with. Rolling up towards the next questions from Rosgreaves1, Gerald94. What is your favorite plane in Ace Combat? The F-4 Phantom. I just love this classic shitty-ass excuse of a plane in this day and age. And then, when it comes to fictional aircraft, it would have to be the Fenrir. God, I love it. It's so wonderful. Question 2. What is your favorite Ace Combat soundtrack? Well, I love In Pursuit 2 from Ace Combat X, but I'm not gonna lie. Freaking Ace Combat 7's Last Hope 1 is just so good atmospheric-wise. It's wonderful. Next comes up is Evil Raven 30. I don't know whatever I just said there made any sense. Question 1. What is your favorite mission out of all the Ace Combat games? Rogno Fortress from Ace Combat 6. This level has almost everything you could want. It's got air-to-air, air-to-ground, tunnel flights, air-to-ground. Wait, did I just say air-to-ground? God damn it. It's got canyon flying. It's perfect. It's got almost everything, like anything unique for every level. Like, it takes all the gimmicks and throws them in here. Fantastic. I love it. Who do you think the best or most useful wingman is? Shamrock by a long shot. This guy can go toe-to-toe with anything, and he's customizable. The only gripe I have with him is that he can't use his guns like Pixie or any of your wingmates from the previous games. So, I mean, other than that, I just love Shamrock completely out of everyone. What is your favorite prototype fighter of all Ace Combat games? The Fenrir. I assume you're talking about fictional aircraft, so the Fenrir wins by a long shot. Heading up towards Wisconsin Sam's questions. What are some of your favorite meme lines of dialogue throughout the games? I can't climb any higher from Ace Combat 4. Ace Combat 6, I've been strafed, who the hell did that? And I guess that's it. Nobody else really. Ace Combat 5 was okay, but nothing really stuck to me as much as those two. What makes a good Ace Combat game in your eyes? Good story, gameplay, with or without gimmicks, graphics, wingmen, paint schemes, etc. For me, it's just gameplay nowadays. Story is fantastic and all, but if the gameplay can't hold up, I'm going to end up getting uninterested fast as hell. But it's saying a lot when Ace Combat 6, the game with the worst story and the lowest amount of content, ends up being my favorite, which I'm still playing to this day. So gameplay, to me, means a whole lot more nowadays. Question 3. If you could choose what the basic story for the next game of the series is, where would it be? Which country would you play as? When was it? And who are you at war with? Now, I would like to continue on Ace Combat 7's story. I would like to fight as an Erusian alongside the Oseans against the Belkans. I know the Belkans are scattered in Ace Combat 7, but just make up some contrived excuse to bring them back. I want to fight a bunch of enemies together with Oseans and as an Erusian. I think it would be cool. Next questions from SX01 Espadon. CAS, fighter, or multi-roles? CAS means attackers, by the way. So, I'd definitely take multi-roles because the F-4 Phantom is a multi-role, and the Hornet is a multi-role, and I think the Harrier in Assault Horizon is multi-role. And I like 3 of these aircraft a lot. So, multi-roles it is. As a ground weapon, which one is more biased are you towards? FAEBs or RCLs? FAEBs for every other game besides Ace Combat 6. Ace Combat 6, RCLs. Those things are overpowered to the extreme. Do you find the gun kill difficulty is relative in the Ace Combat games? Yes. In Ace Combat 7, it's harder for me to get a gun kill compared to Ace Combat 6, where everything was far too easy to get a gun kill with. There's a huge difference. PSP-wise, it was very difficult. I'll agree on that. But PS2, I'd say I had much more of an easier time fighting with guns on the PS2 Ace Combat games than I did Ace Combat 7. That's saying something. It's time to move on to the final part, my 3 Xbox Live best friends. Let us start off right over here. We're going to start off with Travis Party 181. When's the next Minecraft video? You fucking... I really don't know, to be honest. I don't even think I will be making a Minecraft video anytime soon. There's just nothing to do at the moment. Next one. Are you going to branch out and try other games? I don't know, man. I'm too broke to afford anything, to be honest. I can't do anything about it. Are you going to live stream Ace Combat? Probably never. Live streaming just isn't in my nature. And now comes Dante673, who asks me 3 different questions in one sentence. Who, what, and where? Who? Well, it's the goddamn Ace Combat memes admin silencer 555. What? I really don't... I don't know how to answer that one. And where? Right on the Xbox Live service. I think. And now, last but not least, the Gangster33. First question. What? God damn it, this again. I don't know how to goddamn answer this question. How did I get here? I mean, we're both game sharing. Not game sharing. We're both, like, gold sharing, so... because I paid for gold? That's how you're here? Why is my life falling apart? I don't fucking know. Anyway, that's the end of all the questions I got, so thank you very much for everybody that participated in all 3 zones. Actually, it was kind of fun doing this. Although I will not lie and say that this was all flawless, because this is the 3rd time I'm recording this goddamn thing, because my stupid-ass recording software had terrible microphone quality. Oh my god, it's frustrating. And I know my microphone quality is still bad right now, but there's nothing I can do. Oh god, I want to hang myself because of that. So, thank you all for listening. And I'm surprised if anybody even managed to make it this far. Also, to the guy who asked me about Boston cream donuts and having that load in my mouth, I hate you. I hate you so much. But I love you. You can put your Boston cream donut in my mouth anytime you want.